You know, at this point in time, since there hasn't been an update on either a Bloodborne remake or an updated remaster for 10 years, I think it was a good time for me to remember the time when I both played Bloodborne for the first time and how it was the very first FromSoft game I had ever experienced, and rightfully so, it's still my personal favorite to play to this day, even after already earning the Platinum Trophy for it 2 times. I had to ask my older brother what piqued his interest in the game first, since I probably wouldn't have been introduced to Bloodborne if it weren't for me watching him play it when he booted it up for the first time. I pretty much asked him the following: "Hey, what piqued your interest for Bloodborne and what made you want to finish the game till the end?" He responded with the following: "I had originally seen the Vicar Amelia boss battle before watching the Honest trailer for it, and then made my decision to play the game after watching the Game Grumps play it. At first thinking that maybe it wasn't too hard as other FromSoft titles and just gave it a go. For what made me want to finish the game, it was the sense of accomplishment I got from beating a boss I was stuck at for a while, which at the time was Bloodstarved Beast. Once I killed that boss, it just made me want to keep playing and keep overcoming those challenges until I reached the end." And he wasn't wrong when he mentioned that he felt accomplished when he finally took down the Bloodstarved Beast. He was stuck in that boss battle for quite some time. But when I saw that he kept trying until finally earning victory, it made me want to try out the game for the first time and see if this game was really as hard as people made it out to be. And I'll be completely honest here, I wasn't expecting to play this game for almost 12 straight hours, starting from a fresh new playthrough all the way to beating the Shadows of Yharnam before going to sleep and keep playing after waking up. It was safe to assume that I really liked this game, especially since even to this day, I'm a sucker for challenging games, especially ones that reward you for trial and error. Of course, challenge wasn't the only thing that I loved when I first started playing Bloodborne, but the way the environment looked immediately grabbed my attention as well, especially since it reminded me a lot of the Castlevania games with the Victorian era style that it went with. Combining that environmental aspect with the challenging gameplay made me both reach and beat Murgo's Wet Nurse in 3 days after starting my first playthrough. And since my brother had also bought the DLC, which by the way is still amazing, I went straight into it before beating the base game. And I'm just gonna say it, I loved the DLC as well. And although some bosses absolutely bodied me more times than I was expecting, I enjoyed everything it had to offer. Even to this day when I replay Bloodborne for whatever number of playthrough I decide to do, I'm always excited to go into the DLC to explore the areas and fight the boss battles once again, regardless of what New Game Plus cycle I'm currently at. Of course, I not only completed the DLC, but since I also wanted to explore everything that Bloodborne had to offer, I had also done all the Chalice dungeons from the base game. I actually enjoyed doing these as well, especially since they offer different challenges, such as having half HP and different bosses that aren't found in the base game's campaign, with these dungeons actually being pretty good for both leveling up and finding better blood gems for your weapons. And even to this day, I still like exploring these dungeons to get myself better blood gems and sometimes either a new weapon variant or an additional blood rock. And since I mentioned the weapons just now, I have to admit that the weapons that are available to you have some of the most wicked designs that I've seen so far, and all of them are extremely fun to use. I still remember the weapons I opted to use for my first playthrough, that being the Saw Cleaver, the Shikage, and the Evelyn, mostly because I thought they looked really cool. And in consecutive playthroughs, I'll always switch out my weapons to different ones so that I'm able to keep trying different combinations and keep the game as fresh as possible. Though some weapons aren't really my style to use, I always find joy in being able to use different weapons when doing another full playthrough. One more thing that I was completely taken by surprise when playing for the first time was the soundtrack. Since both my brother and myself were never exposed to the Souls games, we were completely taken by surprise when we had heard Cleric Beast's boss theme for the first time. And even to this day, we still remember what our favorite soundtracks from the game are and how they give both a lot of personality and excitement to each boss battle. And now, I'll stop speaking and share my personal favorite moments from Bloodborne that just made me want to boot up the game again and again. Some of the clips that will be shown are from playthroughs that I've done over the years, and some from the co-op playthrough that I had done with my brother a few years back. Hope you enjoy. Encontré una. No, es otra.
¿Otra?
Sí, es otra. Sí, porque aquí tengo la main. Esa es la main.
¡Oh! Sí es cierto. ¡No es cierto!
Are you fucking serious?
Pinche bullshit.
What the
Fucking bullshit.
No, he's dead.
Fucking bullshit.
Oh shit! I got her. Oh, dame. Ándale. Fuck. Whoa, careful. Está cornered. Ándale. ¡Minuto el que meto! Oh, va a salir. What? Ah, what? Yeah! That's right. Ah! Ándale. ¡Me dio con eso! ¡No mames, güey! ¿En serio? ¿Quién lo mató? A ver. Que aquí está este güey.
Alright, nerd.
¡Ay, ese pinche bebé! ¡Ay, está el otro gorrillo! ¡Au! ¡No me quiso eso! ¡Damn it!
No, no, no.
¡Oh!
Caí demasiado. Fuck.
¡Ándale, ándale, ándale! ¡Me hizo cara! ¡Me hizo peli! Y aquí está abajo de mí. ¡Oh! ¡Pásale, güey! ¡Ya le caí encima! ¡Lo mato, te lo mato, te lo mato! ¡Fuck you! ¡Ah! Está bien. ¡Ay, bitch! Ya, güey, tiene un chingo de vida.
Oh shit, están entrando láseres.
Está aquí atrás. Yo estoy cargando esto de aquí atrás.
No, eso.
¿Estás bien? Tienes que los tres güeyes siguiéndote. ¡Oh, listo, están! ¿What? ¿Cómo que no? ¡No, animal! ¡Cállense, cállense, cállense, cállense! ¡Pásale la mano, pásale la mano, pásale la mano! ¡Yeah! ¡Llegó el auto! ¡Oh, me está viendo! ¡Oh, ¡ah!
Oh shit.
Thank you so much for watching and for reaching the end of this video. After so many years, Bloodborne is currently still my favorite PS4 game that introduced me to the other FromSoft titles. Though I still have a small sliver of hope that we might get a proper remake, remaster, or sequel in the future, I think it's safe to assume that this chance has become even more slim as time goes on. But here's to hoping that maybe one day, Bloodborne will return and we will all be able to hunt down the beasts once again in an upscaled form. Happy hunting, my fellow hunters.